Hi, parents. Welcome back to the Parent Guide, helping your teen overcome pornography addiction. I'm Matt Bulkley, a psychotherapist, here to equip you with tools to support your teen in breaking free from pornography addiction. Today, we're diving into a critical to understand concept, the cycle of pornography addiction. It's like a whirlpool pulling your teen in, but understanding this cycle is the roadmap to help them escape. We'll break it down, share a real teen story, and give you practical insights to guide your teen toward recovery. Let's get started. The word addiction can hit like a gut punch. It sounds like chaos and loss of control. For teens, labeling themselves an addict feels like a scarlet letter. But here's the truth: addiction isn't just drugs or alcohol, it's any habit that owns you, body and mind, making quitting feel impossible. Pornography addiction is real, sneaky, and it grips hard. It's like a whirlpool. Once you're caught, it's relentless, pulling everything down. Smart people avoid whirlpools because they've seen the wreckage. And today, we're mapping that cycle so your teen can steer clear. Let's start with a real story. Meet Michael, a teen whose journey shows how this cycle grabs hold. At age 11, a friend shows him some explicit internet pics. He knows it's wrong. His parents and church teachings made that clear, but curiosity wins. That's mistake one. He leans in instead of shutting it down. He peeks occasionally, feeling guilty, swears it off, holding out for weeks, even months, but he keeps it secret. Mistake two. By age 14, he's a pro at wiping browser histories, and every screen time becomes a porn hunt. Mistake three. He lets it take over, promises to quit, crumbles faster, weeks to days. By the time he realizes it's not just a habit, it's got its claws in him deep. Michael's story isn't unique. It's a classic slide into addiction, and one that I've heard many times over the years. He didn't nip it early, he hid it from everyone and let it grow unchecked. If it opened up to a parent or a friend early, he might have dodged the spiral. So let's break down why this happens. Pornography addiction is a relentless five-stage loop that tightens its grip with every cycle, ensnaring teens in a web that's tough to escape. It's not a habit that they can simply wish away. It's a trap that preys on their vulnerabilities, rewiring their thoughts and emotions. The addiction cycle is the second concept covered in the Breaking Free curriculum, and we refer to it as stuck on repeat. And helping teens develop awareness of it is key to moving into a recovery. Now, here's how it unfolds stage by stage, pulling them deeper each time. So, stage one, emotional triggers. And this is where it all begins, the raw, gnawing pain that your teen is desperate to escape. Emotional triggers are the roots of the cycle, sparked by feelings that hit hard in adolescence. Could be inadequacy from endlessly comparing themselves to the polished, unattainable lives of the Instagram influencers, where it seems that every scroll screams that they're not enough, or the suffocating boredom of empty afternoons with no plans and then too much time to think. Stress piles on from school pressures, cramming for exams, navigating cliques, or family drama like arguing that can happen in the household, or discouragement stings when they fall short, maybe missing the cut for the soccer team or seeing their name absent from the honor roll. Porn swoops in like a quick fix, promising to numb the hurt. Take Jake, age 16, who bombs a math test and overhears his teacher mutter about wasted potential. The sting of feeling like a failure burns deep, and porn feels like a secret door to a world where he can forget the shame, even for a moment. It's not just a distraction, it's a siren call, luring him to dodge the pain rather than to face it. So, stage 2, cravings. Once the trigger ignites, the brain shifts into overdrive like a split screen TV, where one side is flooded with sexual thoughts. These flickers start small, a stray image, a fleeting memory of past porn. But if your teen lingers, they snowball into vivid, consuming fantasies. The arousal builds, pulsing like a heartbeat, drowning out rational thought. Porn doesn't just feed these cravings, it amplifies them, turning a spark into a wildfire. Soon, the big stuff in life, homework, friendships, hobbies, blurs into the background, overshadowed by a haze of need. Let's look at Mike, age 17, scrolling through Instagram late at night. A suggestive meme pops up and his mind latches on. Within minutes, his brain is spinning a vivid fantasy, his body tense with anticipation. The urge to click that next link grows stronger, like an itch that he can't ignore. It's not just wanting to watch, it's a pull that feels almost physical, hijacking his focus and steering him towards the next stage. Stage 3, acting out. By now, the idea of willpower is a distant memory. The cravings take over, and your teen dives into the behavior, often with reckless abandon. They might binge for hours, risking discovery on the family computer or sneaking sessions on their phone in the dead of night. The pursuit of the high overrides caution, logic, or the thought of consequences. It's like a gambler chasing a wind, blind to the stakes. Take a look at Tyler, age 15, holed up in his room with a tablet, earbuds in, heart racing as he clicks through clips. The world outside, his parents downstairs, the homework piling up, fades to nothing as each video promises a bigger rush, and he's zoned out, caught in a loop of seeking that next fleeting hit. The behavior feels compulsive, almost automatic, as the addiction tightens its hold, pulling him further from reality and deeper into the cycle. Gets to stage 4, temporary relief. For a brief moment, the chaos stops. The binge delivers a fleeting sense of release, like a pressure valve letting off steam. The pain, the stress, or loneliness that sparked the cycle is pushed to the back burner, replaced by a numb, artificial calm. But this relief is a mirage. It's shallow and short lived. Let's consider Zach, age 14, who feels invisible after his friends ditch him at lunch, their laughter echoing as they walk away. Alone in his room, porn becomes a temporary escape, blanking out the hurt for 15 minutes. The images flood his senses, drowning out the sting of rejection. But when the tab closes, the world rushes back, the loneliness, the insecurity. It's all still there now, sharper like a wound reopened. The relief was a lie, leaving him emptier than before and setting the stage for the cycle's final blow. Stage 5, regret and shame. The high fades fast and the crash is brutal. Guilt and shame flood in, heavy and suffocating like a wave that knocks the air out of your teen. They're left grappling with the gap between who they want to be and what they just did. Promises to never do it again pile up, each one tinged with desperation. Let's consider Kai, age 16, slamming his laptop shut after a late night binge, his stomach churning with self-loathing. He replays the choices that he made, each one feeling like a betrayal of himself. He swears he'll stop, that this time he'll be stronger. That resolve is pure gold, a flicker of hope, a chance to break free. But it's fragile, like a spark in a storm. The emotional triggers still lurk, and the cravings are never far behind, ready to pull him back into the loop. Without intervention, support, strategies, or a way to face the root pain, the cycle spins again, tighter and harder to escape. Cycle isn't just about willpower. Porn rewires the brain. A 2022 study in Archives of Sexual Behavior shows that porn's dopamine spikes mimic drug addiction, hijacking the reward system. Your brain's like a gaming console, building new pathways to chase that high. That's why it is so hard to break out of. A 2020 Journal of Behavior Addictions report shows that emotional triggers like stress or inadequacy raise relapse risk by 40% if ignored. Each stage fuels the next. Pain sparks cravings, cravings drive binges, relief fades to shame, and shame loops back to pain. It's not weakness, it's neuroplasticity. Porn trains the brain to crave it, making quitting feel like fighting a boss level with a broken controller. But here's the good news: understanding this cycle is your teen's cheat code. As a parent, let's make sure that you understand the cycle. So, knowing the cycle is power. It's a roadmap, not a life sentence. A 2019 Counseling Psychology Quarterly study found that teens who spot triggers like stress or boredom boost recovery odds by 35%. Now, Michael learned this late, but when he did, he swapped late night scrolls for gym sessions or talks with friends, slowing the spiral. A 2023 Addictive Behaviors report says understanding dopamine's pull cuts cravings faster because you're not fighting blind. So here's how to help your teen break the loop. One, name the triggers. Encourage them to ask, what's pulling me in? A 2022 neuroscience news tip says naming it shrinks its grip. Stress from a bad grade? Swap porn for a run. This is where the breaking free workbook exercises come in handy. Second, redirect the cravings. When fantasies hit, they can call a friend, dive into a hobby. A 2020 brain and behavior study shows teens who grasp the cycle stick with recovery 30% longer. This is where ideas from the 101 Tips for Quitting Porn workbook can be so helpful. Third, own the shame. Shame thrives in silence. Encourage them to share with a trusted person. You, a therapist, recovery group. A 2021 Psychology Today piece says mapping the cycle flips the power. This is where jumping into our Tuesday recovery group, whether in person or online, can be a game changer for your teen. Michael's story proves it. He didn't just quit, he saw stress as the spark and rewrote the script. By swapping triggers for healthier outlets, he took back control. Parents, the addiction cycle is a beast, but it's not unbeatable. Help your teen map it. Triggers, cravings, acting out, relief, regret, and turn a blind stumble into a calculated escape. Use the Recovery Toolbox for Teens workbooks. They provide valuable insights, exercises, research, and discussions to help break the cycle. Discuss these insights with them, encourage them to name their triggers, and remind them they're not alone. If you don't have it yet, make sure to pick up the Recovery Toolbox on the website at therapyassociates.net in the bookstore. For more tools, check out our other videos in our podcast, Parent Guide, Helping Your Teen Overcome Pornography Addiction. And also look into our services, including our outpatient treatment at Therapy Associates. And for more intensive intervention where safety issues, treatment resistance, or lack of parental influence is impeding your teen's progress, check out our Star Guides program at starguides.net. And if this helped, hit like, subscribe, share with other parents, drop a comment with your thoughts. I'd love to hear from you. And let's keep guiding our teens to freedom from pornography together.